In the last video we have discussed about the volcanoes, and before that we have also talked about earthquake. Now we are entering in the new section of geography which is related to our oceans. Okay? Now, so oceanography is our new topic. Okay? Under this topic we will discuss about the relief feature of relief features of ocean basin, relief features of ocean basin, okay, then density of oceanic water, salinity, then we will study about ocean currents, and then coral reef and tides. Okay, so these are the topics we will cover in this oceanography. Okay, now first of all we will discuss about the relief feature of ocean basin. Okay, we all know 71% of the earth, 71% of the total surface area of the earth is covered with water. 71% of the total surface area of the earth is covered with water, which is known as hydrosphere. Okay, hydrosphere. Okay, and this hydrosphere is divided into oceans, seas, gulfs, bays, etc. Okay, now we all know there are 4 oceans. Pacific is the biggest, then Atlantic Ocean, then Indian Ocean, then Arctic Ocean, and now the entire world is also giving a separate name to Southern Ocean. Okay, Southern Ocean. But now only these are the 4 oceans, but now the world is preparing for another ocean, that is Southern Ocean, which is just around the Antarctica. Okay, but now presently we have 4 oceans, but now the different countries are recognizing another ocean, that is Southern Ocean, but we will focus on these 4 oceans. Now look here, the surface of ocean is just like the surface of earth. Okay, and this is a term called ocean basin. Ocean basin is the land under the water of ocean. The land under the water of the ocean are termed as is known as ocean basin. Ocean basin. Okay, or we can also say this ocean floor. Ocean floor. Okay, now so today we are going to discuss about the ocean basin. Okay, ocean floor. Look, just like our earth, the ocean basin has large number of physical features like mountains, plateau, hills. Okay, it is earlier it was believed that the ocean floor is plain. There is no such type of features found on the ocean floor. The features which are found on the earth's surface. Okay, so ocean floors has large number of features. Okay, and these features are ocean floors has mountains, ridges, hills, plateaus, etc. And these are called the features of ocean, the relief features of the ocean. And the relief features of ocean are the product of, or we can say are the product of tectonic, volcanic, erosional and depositional processes. So ocean basin, or we can say ocean relief is largely due to what I have said, the ocean basin is not a flat. Earlier it was believed that it is flat, but the ocean basin or the ocean floor is not flat, and it has large number of relief features. It has large number of mountains, it has large number of hills, plateaus, etc. And all these features, okay, are the product of tectonic, volcanic, erosional, okay, erosional, depositional, okay, depositional processes. So these are the processes involved in the different type of relief process, and their interaction also, and their interactions, and their interactions. So ocean floor has a large number of reliefs, and these reliefs are the product of tectonic activity, volcanic activity, erosional activity, depositional activities, and apart from that, interaction of all these activities. Okay? Now, the relief features of ocean is divided into two groups. Okay? The relief feature of the ocean basin is divided into two groups. First is major ocean relief, okay, major relief feature, major relief features, and second is minor relief features. Relief features. Okay, so ocean floor is not a flat surface, but it has a large number of relief features, and all these relief features are the product of volcanic activity, tectonic activity, erosional activities, and depositional activities. And all the relief features of ocean is divided into two major groups. First is major relief features and second is minor relief features. Major relief features includes continental shelf, continental slope, abyssal plain or oceanic plain, or abyssal plain, and oceanic trenches. trenches. So these are the major relief of the ocean. Okay. The minor relief includes the ridges, hills, sea mound, okay, sea mound, gyot, reefs, banks, and shoals. Okay, so these are the minor relief features, okay, of ocean basin or ocean floor. Okay, now canyons also. So these are the minor relief features. So first we will discuss about the major relief features, and second we will discuss about, then we will discuss about the minor relief features of the ocean basin. Okay. So this is our first topic, the relief features of ocean basin. Okay. What is ocean basin? So ocean basin is the part of ocean, or ocean basin is the area of ocean, or we can say the land under the water of ocean is called the land under. What is ocean basin? The land under the water of ocean is called ocean basin or ocean floor, and this floor has a large number of features, relief, which is known as relief features of the ocean basin, which are grouped in two categories: major relief features and minor relief features. Okay. In major, there are four major relief features. Includes continental shelf, continental slope, then abyssal plain, or we can also say it that oceanic plain, and fourth is what? Oceanic trenches. Okay, deeps and trenches. So first is what? Continental shelf. Major relief features of the ocean basin. Major relief features of the ocean basin. Okay. First is continental shelf. Continental shelf is the part of continent. It is the part of continent submerged in oceanic water. Okay, it is the part of continent. The name suggests continental shelf. The name itself suggests that it is the part of continent under oceanic water. Okay, the depth of oceanic water here is about 100 fathom. Okay, 100 fathom. 1 fathom is equal to 1.82 meter. 1 fathom is equal to 1.82 meter. Okay, and the slope of this continental shelf varies between 1 degree to 3 degree. The slope towards ocean is about 1 degree to 3 degree. Okay, now the width varies between 48, average is about 48 to 60 kilometer. The average width of continental shelf is 48 kilometer to 60 kilometer. Okay, and remember one thing, the width of continental shelf is determined by the nature of coastal areas. Okay, the width of continental shelf is totally depend upon the nature of coastal area. If coastal area has mountains or plateau, in that case the width will be less. On the other hand, if coastal area has plain, then the width of, in that case the width will be very large, the width will be more. For example, look here. This is North America, this is South America. Here is Andes, here is Rocky Mountains. And because of the presence of Rocky Mountains and Andes Mountain in North America and South America respectively, this is what Pacific Ocean, okay. So the width of continental shelf is very less, okay. So the width of the continental shelf is basically determined by the nature of coastal areas, okay. If the coastal area has mountains or plateau, the width will be less, and if the coastal area has plains, in that case the width will be more, okay. Now look, this continental shelf covers about 8.6% of the total area of continent, total area of ocean. The continental shelf occupy this 8.6% of total area of ocean. But this is the area is different. The area of continental shelf is different in different ocean. For example, the Atlantic Ocean, 13.3% of total Atlantic Ocean is under continental shelf. Atlantic Ocean, okay. 13.3% of total area of Atlantic Ocean is under continental shelf. Just like that, 5.7% of the total area of Pacific Ocean is under this continental shelf, and 4.2% of Indian Ocean is under continental shelf. So the area of continental shelf varies according to the oceans, but overall it occupy about 8.6% of total area of ocean, okay. Now this continental shelf is formed mainly by three reasons. First is submergence of part of continent. The continental shelf is formed by three reasons. There are three reasons for the development of continental shelf. The first is what? Submergence of continental part. First is what? Submergence of continental part, okay, the part of continent which is submerged in ocean water, okay. Second is rise in the water level of ocean, okay, rise in the water level of ocean. So what will happen if water level will rise, that the increased water level will encroach the nearby coastal areas, okay. And the third is sedimentary deposits brought down by rivers. Sedimentary deposits brought by the rivers. So along the coast of river, along the mouth of river, the width is more. Why? Because river brings huge amount of sediments, okay, and that sediments are deposited at the mouth of river. Mouth of river means the coastal areas where river deposited, where river throw their water in ocean. So these are the three reasons behind the birth of continental shelf. First is what? Submergence of continental part. Second is rise in the water level of ocean. Okay. And third is sedimentary deposits brought by the rivers. So these are the three reasons behind the formation of continental shelf. Okay. Now this continental shelf are very important for human being. Why it is important? Look here. This is continental shelf is the main source of marine food. Marine food. This continental shelf is the very rich in marine food like fishes, marine plants which are used as a food source. Okay. Marine food and fishes. Okay. Different type of fishes because fishing is done on this marine on this continental shelf. Large scale fishing is done on continental shelf. Apart from that, this ocean continental shelf is also very rich in different type of minerals and minerals like crude oil, okay, natural gas, etc. For example, this is Bombay High. Bombay High, Mumbai High is 160 km away from Mumbai coast. Okay, and it is the largest producer of at this Mumbai High. And this is Mumbai High is the largest petroleum production center of India. Okay. This Mumbai High, it is on the continental shelf and it is the largest crude oil producing center of India. Okay. So it is also this continental shelf is the source of crude oil, natural gas and different type of minerals like iron, okay, magnesium and many other minerals. Okay. Apart from that, continental shelf also provide a suitable location for the development of ports and harbor. This also provide continental shelf has the ports and we construct ports and harbor on the continental shelf only. Okay. Now for a recreational point of view, it is also very important because the people used to travel here that surfing is done. People used to go to that go to beaches and they surfing is done for they to recreate themselves. They used to do surfing and surfing is done on continental shelf only. So this is the most important part for human. This is the most important part of ocean which are very important for human. Okay. Now, so this is what? This is about continental shelf. Now second is continental slope. Okay. Continental slope. As the name suggests, continental slope, it is also the part of continent. Okay. It is also the part of continent and it is the last part of continent because beyond that abyssal plain starts. Okay. So it is the part of continent which is submerged in ocean water. The depth of water is about 200 meter to 2000 meter. Okay. And the slope of this continental shelf is about 5 degree to 60 degree. The slope is about from 5 degree to 60 degree. Okay, now and this is the here continents end. It is basically, this continental shelf is developed due to erosional and depositional activities. It is formed by, this continental shelf is developed by erosional and depositional activities which is taking place inside the ocean. Okay, now the one important thing is, this continental shelf occupy about 8.5% of total oceanic area. Okay, but it is also the area, it differs in different oceans. For example, the Atlantic Ocean, 12.4% of Atlantic Ocean is under continental slope. Okay, just like that, 7% of Pacific Ocean is under continental slope, and 5% of Indian Ocean is 6.5%, sorry, 6.5% of Indian Ocean is under continental slope. Okay, now the one important thing of this continental slope is, the seaward edge of continental slope, the seaward edge of continental slope loses gradient. And give rise to continental rise. Okay, give rise to continental rise. Okay, with increasing depth, this continental rise become flat. Okay, with increasing depth, the rise become virtually flat. The rise becomes virtually flat and merge in and take the shape of, okay, and merge with or take the shape of abyssal plain, and flat and become virtually flat and merge with merge with oceanic abyssal plain. Okay, abyssal plain. So the only which part, the seaward edge of continental slope loses its gradients and give rise to continental rise. So continental rise is also a feature of continent, of ocean, but it is located and it is found on continental slope. Okay, and with the increasing depth, this rise become flat and became the part of abyssal plain. Now look here. This is what this is ocean. Okay, this part is called continental shelf. This part is called continental slope. Okay, this part is called continental slope. This part is called continental rise. Okay, and this part is called continental oceanic plain or abyssal plain. Okay, So continental shelf is the continental shelf and continental slope. Okay, and here is what? Continental rise. These all parts are the part of continent, but submerged in oceanic water. This continental shelf, this continental rise is on the continental shelf only. Okay, continental slope shelf, it is the part of continent which is submerged in ocean water. Width is totally depend upon the nature of coastline. Okay, 8.6% of entire oceanic area, 8.5% of entire oceanic area. Okay, the slope here is very less. Steep slope is not here, gentle slope is there, but at continental slope the gradient or the slope is steep slope is there. Okay, this continental slope, continental shelf is formed, or it is formed by different activities. Okay, for example of that submergence of coastal areas, or rise in the ocean, rise in the water level of ocean, or by the deposition of silt by the carried by the rivers. Okay, this continental slope is formed by tectonic activities. Okay, and apart from that, erosional and depositional activities. Okay, now the major part of continental is what? Continent is abyssal plain. It occupies about 74% of total areas of ocean. Okay, deep sea plain or abyssal plain, it occupies about 75.9% of total oceanic area, but it is differ in different ocean. For example, 80.3% of Pacific Ocean is abyssal plain. Okay, 80.1% of Indian Ocean is Pacific plain, is abyssal plain. This is what? Pacific Ocean. 80.3% of Pacific Ocean is abyssal plain. 80.1% of Indian Ocean is abyssal plain, but only 54.9% of Atlantic Ocean is under abyssal plain. And what is the reason behind? We have already studied that the continental slope and shelf is maximum in a larger part of Atlantic Ocean is under continental shelf and continental slope. That's why the area under abyssal plain is less with respect to the other two oceans. Okay, now, so this is what? Deep ocean or abyssal plain or deep ocean plain. Now, the next is the oceanic trenches. Okay, oceanic trench. Oceanic trenches are the deepest part of ocean. Deepest part of ocean. Okay, it is the deepest part of ocean, and these trenches are formed due to tectonic activities. Tectonic activities. Okay, and these trenches are found on either on the continental slope or at the margin of continental slope and abyssal plain. Okay, and these are formed due to the convergence of plate. Okay, formed due to convergence of oceanic and continental plates. Okay, now there are 57 trenches till date we have discovered 57 trenches. Okay, out of these 57 trenches, 32 are in Pacific Ocean, 19 is in Atlantic Ocean, and only 6 are in the Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean. And these are the deepest part. Okay? These are the deepest part of ocean. Where it is located? These trenches are located on either on continental slope or at the margin of continental slope and abyssal plain. Okay? Now, and how many? Till date we have discovered 57. Out of 57, 32 are in Pacific Ocean, 19 is in Indian Atlantic Ocean and 6 is in Indian Ocean. Now, Mariana Trench or Challenger Trench. Okay? Mariana Trench or Challenger Trench okay. This trench is in North Pacific Island, North Pacific Sea, okay, and North Pacific Sea, okay, and it is the deepest trench. The depth of this trench is 11,022 meter, means 11 kilometer, okay, and it is located west of the Philippines, okay. Now, then Nares or Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico trench is the deepest trench of Atlantic Ocean. It is also in North Atlantic. It is in North Atlantic. This is the Mariana Trench is the deepest trench of Pacific Ocean. Okay, and it is in the North Pacific Ocean. Nares Trench or Puerto Rico Trench, it is the trench of Atlantic Ocean, and it is also in North Atlantic Ocean. And Java Trench is the deepest trench of Indian Ocean, okay, and it is in East Indian Ocean. So these are the trenches, and trenches are the deepest part of ocean, and these are formed by tectonic activities, movement of plates, and basically these trenches are located on the parallel to the coast, okay, parallel to the coast, or in the island, on the coast of islands, okay. Now, so these are the major relief features of the ocean basin. Now we are going to discuss the minor relief features. Minor relief features of the ocean basin. Minor relief features. Minor relief features. These features are found on continental shelf slope as well as on the oceanic plain, or we can say that abyssal plain. Okay. First is what? Mid-oceanic rays. Mid-oceanic rays. Mid-oceanic rays are the chain of, okay, it is mid-oceanic rays is basically the two chains of mountain. Two chains of mountain, these are mid-oceanic rays are the two chains of mountains separated by depression, large depression, separated by large depression. Large depression. Okay, two sets of mountains separated by large depression. And these mountains are these oceanic rays, which is called, and these are the oceanic ridges are the two chains of mountains surrounded by large depression. Okay, and these oceanic ridges or these mountain ridges are the longest mountain system on the globe or on the earth. Okay, the total length of mid-oceanic rays is about 75,000 kilometers. Okay, and these oceanic rays are located on the divergent plate boundary. Divergent plate boundaries. What is divergent plate boundary? We have discussed in the plate tectonic theory. Okay. The height of these mountains, height of these mid-oceanic ridges is about 2500 meter from the surface of ocean. Okay. Now, the most important mid-oceanic rays is mid-Atlantic rays. Okay, mid-Atlantic. Okay, and this is in the form of S. Okay, Iceland is located. Iceland, this is what? Iceland. It is a country, small country. And the capital of Iceland is Reykjavik. Reykjavik is the northernmost capital of the world. Okay. This is what? Greenland. This is what? Greenland. Okay. And it is on the divergent plate. We all know the plates are moving away from each other, magma is coming. So it is a what? It is a chains of mountain separated by a depression, large depression. Magma is coming out from this. Now look here. The northern part of this is what? Equator. The northern part of this rays is called Dolphin Range. Dolphin Rise or Dolphin Range. Okay, and the southern part is called Challenger Rise. Okay, this is called Challenger Rise. Okay, the total length of this rays is 14,400 kilometer about from Iceland to Bovato Island. Okay, island. Okay, now look here. In between Greenland and this is Greenland. Greenland is a part of Denmark. It is in the Greenland is under North Atlantic, is under North American continent. Okay, but it is a part of Denmark. It is the largest island. In between the Greenland and Iceland, there is a plateau called telegraphic plateau. Okay, telegraphic plateau. This is very important. Okay. Now, this Pacific Ocean does not have central or mid-oceanic ridges like Atlantic or Indian Ocean. Okay, because it is entire this Pacific plate is a single plate. That's why it is devoid of rays like mid-Atlantic rays or mid-oceanic rays. Now, Indian Ocean has also some important ridges, and it is very important for preliminary point of view, that's why I am discussing here. Okay. The Indian Ocean has also large number of, it also has a mid oceanic rays. Okay. Start from here. This is called Lakshadweep Chagos. Okay. Number 1, Lakshadweep Chagos Rays. Okay. This is equator. Okay. Now after equator it width increases and the name changes. This is called, this is number 1, this is number 2, Chagos St. Paul. Okay. Chagos St. Paul. Chagos St. Paul Rays or rise. Okay. Again in the south of this the width increases and the name changes, and the name is St. Paul Amsterdam or Amsterdam St. Paul, Amsterdam St. Paul Rays. Amsterdam St. Paul Rays. Okay. It is divided into two parts. Okay. One branch is towards western side and another branch is towards, okay. This branch is called is called Kerguelen Gasberg. Number 4 is Kerguelen. Okay. Kerguelen Gasberg. Kerguelen Gasberg Rays, and this is called Indian Antarctica Rays. Number 5, Indian Antarctica Rays. So these are the very important rays. Okay. And there is another rays. Okay. Prince Edward. Now here is what? This is Prince Edward. Number 6, Prince Edward. Prince Edward Rays. So these rays are very important for preliminary point of view. So what is rays? Rays are basically two sets of or two chains of mountains separated by a dip, a very large depression. Okay. It is basically these rays are found on the divergent plate boundary. Okay. And it is the mid oceanic rays are the longest mountain chain in the world and covers around 75,000 kilometers of the earth. Okay. Now the next is, so this is what about ridges. Now third is second minor relief feature is Abyssal Mountain. Okay. Abyssal Mountain. Suppose this is ocean surface, this is water level. Okay. Okay, look here. Abyssal mountains are mountains formed by volcanic eruption, by volcanic activities. Volcanic activities. So these are the mountains of volcanic activities. Okay. Now, this is called, the first is sea mounds. Sea mounds. the mountains of abyssal plain or abyssal or oceanic plain with pointed top and steep side, but fail to reach below the surface of water, below the layer of water. Okay? Seamount is what? It is a mountain with pointed summit. Okay? Top is what? Pointed. Steep slope. Okay? Rising from the sea floor and does not reach the surface of the ocean. This is the surface of the ocean. Surface of the ocean. So, seamounts are those mountains found on the floor of ocean whose top is pointed, side is steep, but the top of the mountain failed to reach, but does not reach the summit, or the mountain failed to reach or does not reach the surface of ocean. Okay? On the other hand, this is called Abyssal Mountain. This is called Abyssal Mountain. What is happening here? Look here. The top of the mountain which are of volcanic origin, and the upper part is pointed and above the surface of water, oceanic water. On the other hand, seamound is also the mountain. It is also abyssal mountain, but flat top. Okay? Flat topped volcanic hills. This is what? This is seamounts. This is flat topped volcanic mountains. Hills are called gyot. Okay? So these are abyssal mountains. Okay? Now, the next is canyons. Okay? Canyons. Submarine canyons. Okay? Submarine canyons. Submarine canyons are deep, long, narrow and very deep valleys. These are long, narrow and deep valleys found on continental shelf. Okay? Found on continental shelf. And these valleys are called submarine canyons. Okay? Deep valleys and trenches. Valleys and trenches found on continental slope. Okay? Slope and both. Continental shelf and continental slope. On both. Okay? So these valleys are called submarine canyons. For example, Ganga canyons, Indus canyons. Okay? Amazon canyons is there. The most important canyon is the Hudson Canyon. The famous canyon is Hudson Canyon. Hudson is a river of North America. Okay? Now, banks and shoals. Very important. Okay? Banks and shoals. These marine features or these relief features are formed by the result of erosion, deposition and biological activities. Okay? These two are formed by erosional and depositional activities. Okay, these are formed by banks and shoals are formed by erosional and depositional activities. Okay, now banks are basically flat roofed, okay, flat topped elevation, flat topped elevation, okay, flat topped elevation located on continental shelf, located on continental shelf, okay, and depth of water is shallow. Depth of water is shallow, but enough water is there for navigation of ships, for navigation. Depth of water is shallow, okay, but enough for navigation activities. Here water is less, the water is shallow here, but shallowness of water is not make any hurdle in navigation activities. Okay, but water is enough here for navigation. Okay, these banks are basically favorable for large scale fishing. Large scale fishing means these banks provide a favorable condition for the development of fishes. Okay, that's why large scale fishing is done on banks. Okay, large scale fishing, example of some banks are Grand Bank, okay, Dogger Bank, Grand Bank is near Newfoundland in Atlantic Ocean. Newfoundland is an island of Canada. Dogger Bank is the bank in North Sea in the eastern coast of England, United Kingdom. Okay, Dogger Bank. Then George Bank is also. George Bank is the bank on very near to Newfoundland. So these banks provides a favorable condition or favorable place for the development of ships. That's why large scale fishing is done on these banks. Now, shoals are also erosional and depositional activities is formed by erosional activities. Okay, it is also flat topped elevation. Okay, located on continental shelf, and here also the depth of water is shallow, but the water is not so depth which allow the navigation activities. So these shoals are very dangerous for the navigation. Okay, dangerous for shallow depth is there. The water is very shallow, but less shallower than the shoal. That's why these shoals shallower than banks. That's why these shoals are very dangerous for navigation. Okay. There are also, so these are the minor features. There are also reefs and atoll. Okay. These are the relief features of organic origin. Okay, we will discuss separately. We will discuss reef and atoll separately because there is a chapter called reefs, coral reef and atoll. So this is our first topic of hydrosphere or oceanography. That is and the topic is the ocean relief features of ocean basin. So this is our first topic of oceanography. Tomorrow we will discuss another topic. Okay, till then, goodbye and take care.